got to do with it, with it. What's love?
Hey, we live, bro.
Alright.
The Spotlight Sports. Um, let Hawk Life do his countdown while I go over the games. I do have that visual I sent you. I have a question before we go into the games about that, so I'm gonna pull that shit up. But hold on. All right, I'm just gonna go over the games. Like I said, I got lyrics picks last week after we went live. He was busy. Uh, 4 teams had a bye week, so the first game it was. Hold on, let me make sure. I forgot to write your score down, but I think I remember it. If I'm not mistaken. What the fuck? Oh, I gotta re-get the scores. All right, so I got 101. Hawk Life has 101. We both tied, and Lyric has 88. So me and the Hawk Life tied at 101. Lyric has 88. Games last week. Before we get into the question I have before we go over our picks, I'm gonna go over the games that happened last week. Bengals 20, Ravens 34. We all won that one. Steelers 10, Browns 13. We all won that one. Raiders 13, Dolphins 20. We all won that one. Bears 26, Lions 31. We all won that one. Titans 14, Jags 34. We all won that one. Chargers 20, Packers 23. Hawk Life won that one. Cards 16, Cardinals, and the Texans 21. Me and Lyric won that one. Cowboys 33, Panthers 10. Me and Hawk Life won that one. Giants 31, Commanders 19. We all lost that one. Bucks 14, 49ers 27. We all won that one. Jets 6, Bills 32. Hawk Life and Lyric won that one. Seahawks 16, Rams 17. We all lost that one. Vikings 20, Broncos 21. Hawk Life won that one. Eagles 21, Chiefs 17. Me and Hawk Life won that one. So that was some crazy shit going on.
So, yeah, they had some good matches, man, this last week.
Yeah, so we're both tied at 101, and Lyrics are like 91. So he's still down 10 games. Before we get into this week's games, if you got that picture you can pull up, or we can do that after if you want to. But it's in the chat.
That picture. Let's see if I can get it pulled up.
Yeah, I just had a quick question. Quick question. I would like to make a little announcement. It's about the NBA. Russ is asking to come off the bench. So what I've been saying, that one of them got to come off the bench over there in the Clippers. It looks like they're going to take that approach. So I don't know what that means for the team. We could probably get into that as one of the topics to talk about after we're done with our picks for the NBA. But just something I just saw before we got on here. So I was like, oh. They've been having struggles as of late. So
Yeah.
well, what's
Where
up,
is
Pat?
it?
It's
Yeah,
in yeah. What's up, Pat? This is Spotlight Sports. Is where we just talk about sports. If you want to join or leave your comments, then you know what I mean, we'll acknowledge that. But all right, so this is the playoff picture if the NFL ended today. Like right now. These are people that are in the playoffs. So my question, what are team do you think that this is what it's gonna look like at the end of the season, or do you feel like some teams won't be there? And if so, what teams do you think won't make the playoffs out of who's in it right now?
I can really see it. Yeah. Hold on.
Yeah.
Just make it
I don't
bigger.
know if that's
I
can't
at the
make
bottom
it
right, full screen that shit. Oh, I thought I already could. You can't click on just the picture.
Hold on. Never mind. I'm in the chat. I'm looking at it. We good?
All right.
So basically, they're saying that Kansas City was the first seed.
They're
for
not
the
number
AFC.
one. The Ravens are, but all the same teams are still in there. So I'm just saying. I'm not saying do you feel like it's going to switch up. I'm saying do you think all the teams that are on the list are they going to be there at the end of the season?
So basically, it'll be like the Ravens versus Detroit Lions.
No, we're not worried about that. We're worried about all this is going to change by the end of the season. Who's where and what seeding they are.
Right.
I'm asking, do you think all these teams are going to make it, or do you feel like some teams are not going to be there at the end of the year?
Okay, I got you, bro. My bad. Yeah, I mean, I feel like majority of the teams gonna make it. We gonna see them towards the end of the year. Yeah, I mean, this season has been fucking crazy. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, there's a lot of teams that you wouldn't expect to be good that they're good now. You know, like I just think like people about to see now that these are the new like going to be the new favorite teams. You know what I mean? Like, you know, there's a lot of teams that you don't really see that's up there. That's like you could think of that's like, oh shit, like my team not up there. I don't think I even see the Giants up there. Is Giants even up there?
They're not even good.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Like back in the days,
They're
bro.
not going
Like,
to be up there. No, it's all about winning. They're not going to be up there if you're not
like
winning.
you can see what I'm saying though. Like back in the days, I mean, the Giants was good. You see what I'm saying? Like,
We're talking about now.
yeah. I think I think this is going to be the same team that we're going to see towards the end. You know what I mean? Like because this is the new normal now. These are the teams that is like standing out now. You know what I mean? Like you can see a change in NFL. You know, I mean,
Okay, well, I'll jump on the hot seat first.
It's the
I got
Patriots
three
up here.
teams.
Patriots not even up here.
They suck. They don't have any wins, bro. It's not
I
about
got
it's about wins.
You see what I'm saying? These are like favorite teams. Like these are what people like.
No, these are the most winning teams that are in there.
Right, most winning teams. Go ahead. My bad.
I got the bigger picture on here, so
yeah, I'm gonna look at it.
I'm gonna give it to you in the hunt on the AFC side. We got the Ravens and number one, the Chiefs at number 2, Jaguars at number 3, Dolphins at number 4, Browns at number 5, Texans at number 6.
I think you accidentally muted yourself or you cut out. Texans at 6 and Steelers at 7.
Number 7.
All right, now we can hear you.
On the bubble the Broncos, the Bengals, the Raiders, the Chargers, the Jets, the Titans, and the Patriots. That's for the AFC. For the NFC, we got the Eagles at number 1, the Lions number 2, 49ers number 3, Saints number 4, Cowboys number 5, Seattle, Texas, the Packers number 8, the Rams number 9 is number 11, the Commanders number 12, the Giants number 14, Arizona number 15, and 16. So the top 7. So now,
All right, so I'm gonna answer the question. All right, on the AFC side, the Browns ain't gonna be there at the end of the year. I don't think so, because they just lost to Sean Watson and all that. There's a chance that the Saints won't be there, depending on how they played their last division games, because it's close with Atlanta. And then I can also see the Vikings falling off a little bit too. So I think there's three teams that probably won't be there at the end of the year. More than likely, just 2. I think he jumped out and jumped that game. But yeah, I can see the Saints would have to just be more consistent at that last end of the stretch. They'll probably make it in. And so do the Vikings. Vikings are showing a little weakness, so I can see that.
I really took that question a different interpretation. I thought you were saying like if NFL would have ended today, would basically like the same teams that you see right now, like would you see them again like next year and then years to come?
No, I was saying if the NFL ended
like,
today, these are the teams that are in the playoffs. These 7.
Yeah.
Do you think these teams are still going to be there at the end of the season? Like, is there any teams that might fall out of the playoff picture? So that's why I said the 3 teams I got that are on the hot seat is the Browns because of the injury.
yeah.
Consistency. And Minnesota because consistency.
Yeah, I can see that.
And they leftover schedule.
That's a good question. Y'all can hear me though, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I had an issue was going on, but I feel like the Saints got a good that division being that it's such a sad division. It can be a toss up. Some people could argue it could be a toss up between the top 3 teams in that division, and it could be. It's kind of hard to call that one. But in some of the other divisions, Chiefs still got a good chance of making a playoff run. Eagles definitely gonna dominate the NFC. Vikings had a rough go of last game, but if they get Jordan Jefferson back, they could have a good run. I think these numbers are kind of spot on the teams that's making the best strides, but shit always happens. They got 7 games left. Things always happen.
That's why, no offense to Hawk Life, I'm not on the Saints too heavy because there's no certain teams with the records, it can be multiple teams out of one division, just like the Ravens and the Browns and the Steelers. I don't think the Browns will make it. But for the Saints or the Falcons, or even if Tampa Bay goes undefeated for the rest of the year, you'd have to win your division to be in the playoffs, and then nobody else in your division gonna make it. That's where those division games are gonna be way mean more towards the end of the year. Like that's gonna be the bread and butter if you can beat your divisional teams. Minnesota, I just feel like I like Joshua Dobbs, and I already said that I think they won the trade deadline. If you want to argue with Chase Young going to 49ers, and they both got Cam Akers and Joshua Dobbs. So, but I don't know. It might be a little shake up. 1 or 2 teams not there. So I thought it would be a dope question.
Yeah,
Like one or two teams probably not gonna make it. I think the most team that's not gonna make it is the Browns because of the injury. I don't think they're gonna be able to pull it off without Deshaun Watson.
I can see that.
So that's the
I
number
mean, they've been
one.
doing decent so far. They've been doing decent right now as we speak. We took a big injury with Michael Thomas getting injured. Tired of that shit. We'll talk about that when we get to that. The motherfucker. I swear.
Yeah. Well, we'll move into these games. Some crazy games. Another full schedule. Next week we got 6 teams in a bye week, but this week every team's playing, so it's not a short schedule. The Packers are 4-6. The Lions are at home 8-2.
Lions. Definitely gonna take that one.
Sorry about that. Excuse the interruption. Now, what you were saying?
The Packers are 4-6, and the Lions are at home 8-2. Lyric picked the Lions. I picked the Lions as well to win that game.
So Lions at home.
Yeah.
Lions at home versus the Packers. I would have to say the Lions. Lions is one of them teams that's been very surprising this year. And I know not to bet against them, so I'm definitely gonna say the Lions. Even though I love the Packers, it's one of my favorite teams. But I'm not
All
going
right, so
against
we
the
all
Lions
agree on
this
the
week.
Lions. All right. This game, we already know where Lyric's going with it, so I mean, I'm just going to point that out. The Commanders are 4-7. The Cowboys are at home 7-3. I went with the Cowboys. I just feel like, yeah, I know you're going to Commanders. You just always vote against Cowboys. It's not that hard to figure out at this point in the show in the season for NFL. Yeah, I mean, I could see it because it's a divisional game and it's always tough when you're playing your own division. But same time, I don't know. Could have been a game of the week. Wasn't for me. But I went with the Cowboys. Even though the Commanders defense does still look good without Chase Young and damn, I just had his name in my head, but them two leaving. The Commanders defense still looking good, so not that too far of a stretch.
And it's Commanders versus the who?
Cowboys at home. You know the second team I
Definitely the
name is at home,
Cowboys.
Bubba. All right, so
Definitely the
me and
Cowboys.
got the Cowboys, and Lyrics got the Commanders. Maybe that's just cowboy hate coming from him. Well, not maybe. It is. My first game of the week, right here, another division game. The 49ers are 7-3, and the Seahawks are 6-4. My first game of the week. I think this is gonna be a dope matchup. It's gonna be fire. But I went with the 49ers because I like the defense. I've been rocking with them, but I can't see the Seahawks winning that game. They have to come off of the things they pulled off last week, losing to the Rams by 1 point. That might be sour, so they might be trying to fight it out. But I went with 49ers on that one.
Yeah, I'm going for 49ers as well. I kind of feel the same way. It's kind of thinking as well. 49ers definitely going to take it.
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I know I rock with Gino, but he been letting me down. I ain't gonna lie, they only lost the game by like 1 point the last game. I think it was a few points. It
Yeah,
wasn't crazy.
17-16 to the Rams.
Right. Right. And I said the Rams had the opportunity, they could have pulled that upset. It's a tough one to call. This is my first game of the week. It's a tough one to call, but it's gonna be a good game because I like both of the teams. 49ers, but they're the team. Seattle. I've been rocking with Seattle, and Gino ain't been letting me down as much. But these last 2 weeks, he been letting me down. I think they're gonna get it together this week, and I'm gonna stick with Gino. I ain't gonna give up on him this week.
All right, so me and Lyric went with the 49ers. Hawk Life went with the Seahawks. The next game is the Dolphins 7-3 versus the Jets 4-6. And I always like the Jets defense, but they've been letting me down a lot. So I went with the Dolphins. Like I always say that sometimes there's overpowering offenses that can expose great defenses when you have like an elite offense, like a top tier offense. So I went with the Dolphins, but it could be an upset game. This game could be an upset game. But the Jets, like for me, they haven't really figured out their offense the last couple of weeks. They went down a rabbit hole of not knowing what to do. So I was like,
Yeah,
yeah, if you can't keep up offensively, then I'll go with the Dolphins.
yeah, I'm going for the Dolphins as well.
Yeah, Dolphins. I like the Jets, but they ain't got enough. I don't know when Aaron Rodgers coming back, but right now, I think he out for the season, but whoever they got right now, they ain't got enough to
Zach
deal with them
Wilson.
Dolphins. Yeah,
Yeah,
he ain't got enough.
we all
They been
agree on
playing
the Dolphins.
bad this week. Yeah.
The next game, the Bucks are 4-6 versus the Colts at home 5-5. Y'all know how I feel about the Colts, so I'll give it to the Bucks on the upset on that one. I can see either team because they both struggling to turn their season around before we get on this last 4 or 5 game stretch. So, which we pretty much next week is like the last stretch of the season. So it has to start this week or next week for a lot of teams. Next week, like I said, there's 6 teams on a bye. So those teams get that rest, that late season rest. But yeah, I went with the Bucks.
Well, y'all already know we trying to win our division, so expect me not to pick any divisional teams because I don't have anything against the Bucks. I would say this would be my second game of the week, but I'm gonna give it a honorary this week because it is one I'm gonna be watching because the division's so close. But I'm gonna have to give it to the Colts at home against the Bucks.
All right. Lyric, who you got? Hot seat.
You said the Colts or the Bucks, right?
Yeah, Colts at home.
And their standings.
The Bucks are 4-6 and the Colts are 5-5. So standings really don't show.
No, it don't really show much, but to me, what it does is it kind of show me like, okay, they need this win. You see what I'm saying? And then I'm thinking back on the last game. You know what I mean? And then I'm trying to remember what I remember seeing off their game. You know, so to me, it's like, okay, well, if my standing was like that, and looking from different perspectives that I could think of, I mean. I could kind of see the Colts, winning
All
this
right, well,
game.
I'll give you a little bit. Last game, the Colts had a bye week, so they didn't play. So they coming off a bye week, and the
Okay.
Bucks lost to the 49ers 27-14. So that's just a little
Insight. Okay.
a little insight. The Colts
Yeah.
coming off a week off, so
You see what I'm saying? And that could make a big difference too, because I mean, they're rested, but at the same time, I mean, sometimes having too much rest could be bad for you. So, the Colts could actually lose this game. You see what I'm saying? Like this could be the worst time to have a bye week. You know what I mean? So I think I'm gonna go for you said the Bucks or the Colts.
yeah,
I'm going for the Bucks.
that's surprising because you've been advocate for the Colts here and there this year. But I want to give
Yeah,
Hawk Life a little. I want to give Hawk Life a little bit of advice. Last time I went for my division to lose, they didn't. So I'm just letting you know it might backfire. It might.
It might
The next,
backfire, but that's what we rooting for as true fans in that division for them to lose, so we can go 2 games.
yeah,
So.
That shit happened to me, though. I'm just saying. That's the reason why we tied right now. I want these teams to lose. Now I don't really got to feel like that because it is what it is. But my sleeper game, aka maybe the worst game to watch, like as far as fans ratings, the Patriots are 2-8, and they go against the Giants 3-8, and I went with the Giants because they were at home. I also don't like the Patriots like that, but I just went with the Giants because they're at home. Both teams struggling. They're just trying to, figure out. It's basically like once you get to this part of the season and you know your season's over, you're just looking at who you want to keep and who you want to get rid of. So you kind of playing for staying on the team. So it's still going to probably end up being a good game. Even though a lot of people probably won't watch it, but yeah, at this point they just figuring out personnel for next year. They don't have no chance in no kind of playoff anything. Even if they went undefeated for the rest of the year, it's just not going to happen. But they can kick some other teams out of playoffs, though. I will say that.
It can be a party pooper.
Yeah, but they're not in the dance.
They just like Carolina. They're not in the dance.
I told you that before the season started. They weren't going to be in the dance.
I try to give them a little benefit of the doubt.
I was the only one on this show that was like, nah, Carolina gonna be ass. Like, they got Bryce Young. I don't like them. I was shitting on them so hard. It just happened to be true.
You know what? Bryce Young, this is his first year. He got some work. He'll get better next year. They're going to pick up some interesting weapons in the draft. So I can't wait to see.
After seeing this year, he's canceled. They need to just straight his fucking contract.
Yeah, he fought from what he was at Alabama, but he had a lot of weapons around him when he was at Alabama. But then you had the best coach in the college football coaching you too. So
he should have stayed in college.
Probably should have stayed another year. Yeah,
he would have had a better chance. See what I'm saying? He would have just won all the other shit there, but NFL is looking like it unless he adjusts pretty quick.
Never know. You expect him to have a rough rookie.
I tell off my brother's face that he's not going to adjust pretty quick. So I mean,
I don't think so.
Trash. Why you had to do the young fella like that?
Because there's 3 reasons. And when you have so many reasons to be better, I'm gonna tell you why.
Sometimes you don't know what the hell you good at. That's just it.
He needs weapons as receivers. That's one knock. He needs those. He also needs a running game. That's the second knock. And the third one is he needs a backup quarterback that's established to teach him shit. You're not gonna get all that next year. You're not gonna get all that. You're gonna get one of those. You might get a good running back. You might get a rookie receiver or a veteran. And I don't think no good quarterback gonna want to go back up to Carolina Panthers.
Well, look, Carolina. Like someone who's falling off. Well, Carolina, y'all fucked up with Cam, but I mean Cap available. You know, I know that ain't gonna mean shit because ain't nobody gonna pick him up. But I mean, hey, he better than Bryce Young at this point. They say he not
RG3 saying he's saying that he want to come back for anybody.
I mean, they can take RG3. I mean, anybody at this point. You got a couple teams that can use quarterbacks. I mean, Cap, RG, baby Cam, if he decide to come back, y'all got options. Carolina, you might want to go pick Cam back up. I'm just saying, you got options. He might come back. He dressed weird as shit, but he might come back.
Nah, it ain't happening. They want to put their eggs in that basket.
He dressed weird as shit, so that case he could be a distraction from his throw game because his talent ain't coming back. That's what it is. Nah, he good with the fuck he at.
Podcast. Damn.
All right, but like we
Damn.
was on before we get too far off, because we still got to cover that game. The Patriots are 2-8. The Giants are at home
Yeah,
3-8.
yeah. The Giants.
I got the Giants.
Yeah, the Giants gonna step on the Patriots. Yeah, this is. I mean, this would have been a good game back in the 2000s, but nowadays, I mean, this is a good weakling game. So yeah, I will put this game of the week if I was y'all. This
Oh, now I get my sleeper game.
this is gonna be something mentally. This is gonna be something mentally for all the old heads. They're gonna see it as the 2000 game. So yeah.
I would
Yeah.
say I
It's gonna be
I would agree with Lyric as it could have possibly been a game of the week. This and I also agree with the fact that this gonna bring you back to the 99s and the 2000s.
yeah. I mean, like we already know that they trash. We already know
It's not gonna
We
look
already
nothing
know
like
We
that.
live
The
to see that
uniforms
day.
is just gonna look kind of the same. That's it.
We
The uniforms are gonna remind you of them not to play. We not gonna see no Tom Brady, Eli Manning type shit
Well,
out
I
there.
mean,
I'm just gonna let y'all know right now.
I'm still
I
trying
mean,
to figure out why he retired. He had
look,
some years left. But Eli was
look.
trash though. He was going down bad.
That's what I'm saying,
But
bro. Like we already know
he
that they
was never
trash.
Peyton.
But it's just the fact that it's just the logos. It's just the fact that it's these people teams. You know what I mean? Like regardless, like some people, care about who the quarterback is, or whatever. Some people don't.
Man, they remind me of them people that used to be popular in high school, and now they be like, man, back in the day, I was the shit.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm
Shoulda,
saying.
coulda, woulda.
Back then, I used to ball out.
Yeah.
Not this time.
But I'm gonna say the Giants for sure. I do think it's gonna be a good game because they both trying to salvage what's left of their season, and I think they also at the same time figuring
That's the
out
first
their
time we
lineup
all
for next
agreed
year.
on the Giants.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I am not going for the Patriots. They did my dog Mac wrong. I'm sorry. You had to put him on the bench like that. Then make him a third string. Bill Belichick, it's your time to go, my boy. You done did enough. I'm sorry. He out after this year. I'm calling it.
Yeah. I don't think so. Because there's a respect for it's just Robert. You know him and Robert Kraft is fucking really, really goddamn close.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Greg Popovich went after with the Spurs
Popovich.
for the Wild. His name Popovich. You know what I mean? Like what he did kind of carried him into, waiting to see if he could do it again, which we still waiting on it, but still a legendary coach. We can't take that away from him. The next game, this one gonna be a hot one because I hate going for this team. I hate it so fucking much. The Steelers 6-4 versus the Bengals 5-5. I went with Pittsburgh. Felt so wrong. Well, I will go with Pittsburgh on that one.
Burrow out.
Yeah. They saying he still could play though. He's questionable. He's not declared out yet. He's questionable.
Yeah, so it's Mark Andrews.
No, Mark Andrews plays for the Ravens, bro.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that he's not out for the season actually.
No, that's different. Mark Andrews is he still could be out for the season as a possibility he'll come back. We're saying that Joe Burrow hasn't. Mark Andrews not playing this game this week. There's no way he's out for at least 4 weeks. What we're saying is Joe Burrow hasn't been counted out by medical staff yet, so he questionable. So that means he can still play. He's not out. Mark Andrews is out for at least 3 to 4 weeks, at least. Maybe even out for the season. They might hold him for the playoffs. Who knows? But depends on how good Isaiah Likely goes. But we'll get into that until when we get into the Ravens game later. But yeah, it's not that case.
All right,
I would say.
Regardless, oh my bad, bro. But regardless, I mean, go ahead.
Nah, go with your shit.
Well, I will say this: if Joe Burrow can play, he will play because they gotta this is a team they got to beat. They got to win to stay in the playoffs contention. So
I could see
if
that.
he can play, he will play.
Yeah, the Steelers gonna win this one. I could. I could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should he play? We can get into that after
No,
Hawkeye gives his. Yeah, no, he shouldn't play.
no,
They
he
should
should play.
give,
But yet they're gonna make him play.
but he will
Play.
if he can.
Yeah.
He plays.
If he above 50%, he will play.
If he above
They're gonna
50%,
have
he
to
gonna
manage
give
his
the
time
Seattle
on
all
the
kind of
field.
fits.
They're gonna have to
Yeah.
manage his time on the field. That's probably what they're gonna do. And put in a backup quarterback. That's the only way as far as saving him.
Yeah, Jake Browning.
Yeah.
But also the Steelers are having trouble with their team chemistry as well.
Yeah, because they looking like ass wipe out there.
No, they're not. They're 6-4. What you talk about? They're not. They're the number one people going after, other than the Browns. They talk with the.
I don't like the Steelers. So I'm talking about shit.
I don't like the Steelers either. I'm just saying. I ain't gonna say they ass. That's not facts. There's facts on the paper. But I know there's some locker room turmoil with George Pickett and George Pickens, or Kenny Pickett and George Pickens. And he wants to get out of there.
Goddamn, everybody trying to get out. But
yeah,
this one, if Burrow played, the Eagles got a good chance to win.
Nigga. You thought you slick, nigga.
Nah, what?
But go ahead.
You do want to get out of there.
Yeah, everybody trying to get out.
Yeah.
But like I was saying, if he plays, he gonna give the Steelers all kind of fits in the passing game. But I don't want to put my tokens out there and then he don't play. So the safe bet is to go to Steelers, and I'm gonna go to Steelers on this one. But I wouldn't be surprised if Cincinnati. It's gonna be a good AFC game because it's a good divisional conference, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
So we all went with the Steelers. It's also why I didn't make one of my game of the weeks because of that looming question if he's gonna be there or not. The next game is the Panthers 1-9 versus the Titans 3-7. I jumped with the Titans. I'm going with the Titans. Like the Panthers ain't one game ain't gonna make me feel like you're gonna do something. Yeah, they're gonna catch another 1 or 2 wins, maybe, if they're lucky.
I did.
But I'm gonna go with the Titans.
Versus who? Titans versus who again?
Panthers.
And hell no. Titans.
Oh my God. Yeah, man. I ain't even much about to eat much play myself to the left. Neither one of these teams got no playoff implications. It's the same as the Giants and the Eagles. Patriots situation.
Patriots.
It's basically which team trying to salvage their season the most and see what they can work with for next year. But I'm gonna go to Titans on this one. I feel like the Titans got the way better team, more established.
All you had to say was Panthers for me, and it was a wrap.
We all for the Titans. This is my second game of the week right here. The Jaguars are 7-3 versus the Texans 6-4. And I've been talking about them Texans a little bit here and there. I think CJ Stroud, rookie of the year, he's gonna do some damage. But I went with the Jags because he ain't really looked too nice last game. For me, even though he still pulled it off, but can't make too many mistakes, and it seems like he's starting to try and see what he can do and what he can get away with. And that's probably going to hurt him if he's trying to figure out who I can get 50-50 balls to and who I can rely on to be here when I want to throw it over here, knowing I'm breaking out the pocket. And so I went with the experienced quarterback. I went with Trevor Lawrence. But like I said, this is my second game in the week, so I can see either team winning this one. It's going to be a good-ass game, but I went with the Jaguars.
This is my second game of the week. I think This is a good one, but it's gonna be a hard one to call. And because Texans been on a little win streak as of late. And they playing at home. I told you the motherfuckers cheat at home, boy. The motherfuckers do some cheat. But Jaguars been real nice too. So this is a tough one to call, but I'm gonna pick the Texans only because they've been on the win streak. I don't think it's gonna get snapped this week. It could. It had a good chance of happening, but I'm gonna say the Texans on a little stride. I'm gonna stick with their win streak stride.
All right, I feeling the Birds gonna go with the Texans because he went with the Cowboys losing. But go ahead, bro. Who you got? Texans, Jaguars.
Yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. Shit, I'm over here trying to order food. Yeah, you know how much it's got. Um, yeah, shit. I'm gonna go for the Texans. So I'm gonna go for them.
Mm.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let Hawk Life go first on this next one because he didn't get to talk about his Saints last week. So we gonna let him have his.
Oh, by the way, that was my second game of the week too. Yeah.
Yeah. The Saints are 5-5 versus the Falcons, who are 4-6. Falcons are at home. Who you got?
Yeesh. Let me say
Don't
this
even act
first
like it's
and
a hard
foremost.
pick. Don't even sit here and do that shit on this goddamn show.
This is my third game of the week. Let me say this. Fuck the Falcons. But with the Falcons, I'm going to be a realistic person as far as how it's been going. Last season, I don't believe we beat the Falcons not one time last year. I'm for certain of it. If we did, we didn't. I'm for certain of it. It's a
You've been
different.
talking that shit all season about this game. I'm ready.
It's a different conversation with this game here. My worry is, from what I know, Michael Thomas is on injury reserve, so he's out for the season. This motherfucker, every fucking season, you know what? He almost on his way out the fucking door. Listen, god damn, Michael Thomas. Like, bro, you hardly did anything in the game last game. How the fuck you get injured for the season? That's for one. For two, fuck the Falcons. For three, fuck the Falcons. And for four, fuck the Falcons. Even if we lose in Atlanta, because the motherfuckers don't like us in Atlanta, either way, they might throw some eggs at our bus, but I'm still going with the Saints. They coming out fresh. Atlanta's not fresh. They coming out fresh. That's the advantage the Saints have. We fresh. Michael Thomas hasn't been our focal point as far as the receiving core. He's been a weapon, but not our focal point. We got Shaheed, we got Olave, we got young brother from the Browns. Can't think his name at the moment. He need to pick it up, or his ass need to go. But we got some weapons. We got tight ends. I like how they've been calling the offense. I could see the Saints pulling this out if they have the right play call in this game. And they protect Carr ass with his sensitive ass. But other than that, I'm giving it to the Saints. You know I'm definitely not saying the Falcons. I don't give a fuck. We can lose both of these games. I'm not going to say the Falcons.
Lyric, who you got in that game?
Yeah. Damn. Since that was so long, I'm going for the Falcons.
Damn.
Man. No, Lyric. Hold on, Lyric. Hold on. You gotta change your damn pick because every time. Nah, I can't have it this week. You're not putting that shit. You're not putting that shit on me. It's like reverse psychology.
Yeah, that's a reverse psychology right there.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, but look, I'm gonna tell you why I go with the Falcons because
you thought forgot, little bro. You thought forgot.
Nah. I know you're just trying. But the Falcons, if the Falcons beat the Saints, look, this is why I said I don't think y'all make it to the playoffs. Because if the Falcons beat y'all tied, and it's good. It's gonna be a dogfight for the rest of the season. So you better hope and pray that they don't beat you.
Keep in mind, we got the easiest schedule.
You know what? Look, let me make it easy on you, bro. I'm going for the Saints. I'm going. This is my final pick.
Don't do that. You had Hawk Life celebrating, but I'm going with the Falcons regardless because it's a good ass game. It's not my game of the week. It's Hawk Life's third game of the week, not mine. But I feel like both teams are fighting to find consistency at the end of the season, so you can't go wrong with either team. And like I said, I think the Saints got the better quarterback, arguable on defense, and I think the Falcons got more weapons, like a tad bit, and their quarterback's better a tad bit for the Saints. So it's a very even game. So you can't really say, you know what I mean? But the reason why I like the Falcons because Calais Campbell's over there, former Raven. So, you know what I mean? I just like the defense a little bit. But yeah, I'm gonna ask Lyric one more time. Who you going for? Lock it in because you done pick the Falcons, then the Saints. This is your last. You know I do my. You gotta pick one more time.
All right.
One more time.
Okay. All right. One more time for the one time. All right. All right. One more time for the one time. Here we go. All right. Who I'm going for on this round is.
You trying to milk it?
You leave it? Wow.
Nah. Who you going for?
I thought you were gonna wait. Huh? What time is that?
You're not muted, bro.
Oh, I'm going for the Saints, yo.
Yeah, all right, so he got the Saints. Hawk Life got the Saints. I got the Falcons. I do love when I stand alone, but it don't matter. Lose every time me and him both pick. Next game, the Rams are 4-6 versus the Cardinals 2-9. Cardinals are at home. Kyler Murray is back, so that's something to sit on. They are at home, but I still went with the Rams because they just been going against teams that they got a clear advantage a little bit. They usually win, so I went with the Rams on that one. Even though I could also see the Cardinals winning this game because they're at home and you know what I mean they're getting Kyler Murray back in the swing of things, but I just feel like the Rams are a little bit healthier and got more weapons on both sides of the football. So I went with the Rams on that one.
To the Rams and the who?
Cardinals.
Rams and the Cardinals. I'm gonna say the Rams. They riding high from that win last week. Barely, but they riding high. Cardinals, they've been struggling as of late. So I'm gonna say the Rams in this one.
All right. Derek, who you got in the Rams and the Cardinals game? Cardinals at home. Rams are 4-6. Arizona's 2-9.
Okay, all right, my bad, y'all. Had a little food situation going on. Shit. You said Cardinals and who?
Rams.
Yeah. I'm going for the Rams.
All right, so we all agree on the Rams. This is where everyone's gonna be mad at me, and I don't care if you follow me or not. This is my third game of the week, and y'all strap in, get your seatbelts on, because there's about to be a hot take. The Browns are 7-3, and the Broncos are at home 5-5, and I went with the Broncos. That's who I think gonna win it.
The Broncos and who?
The Browns.
This
Browns
might be my.
7-3. Broncos 5-5. Broncos at home.
I like this.
Yeah, this is my third game of the week.
My fourth game of the week. Broncos at home. I actually watched that last Bronco game, and let me tell you, not Westbrook Lower. Russell Wilson was doing his thing. He was making some plays off the scramble. But it's a different defense they going up against with Cleveland compared to who they faced last week. they can pull out the win at home. Wilson kind of clutch when it comes to around playoff time. You know, it's getting to this what shit count at. He gonna play some of his best ball, I believe, because that's how he is. But at the same time, Cleveland doing some things over there. They got some things to work on. It's tough on the call. I'm not gonna lie. It's a tough on the call. I won't be mad if nobody go either way. But I'm gonna say Cleveland only because I feel like Cleveland probably got slightly the better team, better defense. You gonna see better team, see the better defense.
All right, Lyric.
Cleveland who?
Denver Broncos.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for Cleveland.
All right, let me tell you, Deshaun Watson's out, so that's where I leaned on. Denver's defense has been doing some better things after that 70 point. I said last week they would do a little bit. So I went more off an injury. Like, all right, they ain't got Deshaun Watson, even though I can see the Browns defense causing a lot of trouble. Especially with Myles Garrett doing his damn thing. But I was still like, you know what? I'm gonna give the Broncos a chance. I gave them a chance at the beginning of the year. They let me down a little bit. And off of just the injury, I was like, it's a toss-up still, but I'll give it to the experienced quarterback to try and get things done.
Young boy was dope for. Let me say this. Young boy was dope. What's his name?
DTR.
Sutton. Yeah.
Oh, Cortland Sutton.
Yeah, he was dope last week. His problem, my only problem that I have with him is he be trying to be flashy with catches that he couldn't make with two hands. Like he went for some one-handed catches that he could have caught with two hands and wouldn't have had no problem catching them. But he was trying to one-hand the motherfuckers and was missing on some of them. He got to stop trying to be so flashy and just catch the ball.
Trying to be Odell Beckham.
Yeah, just play regular pitch and catch, bro. You don't gotta do all the extra shit. I understand there's some plays where you gotta stretch and do this and that, but it was some of them catches you could have caught where you ain't had to do nothing extra.
Yeah. All right.
But he was
the
killing
next game. My fourth game of the week. The Bills, who are 6-5, versus the Eagles, 9-1. The Eagles are at home. I went with the Eagles. I already said that their next challenge is coming up. I'm not going to reveal when, but I felt like that Cowboys game was the one that they were going to lose. If they're going to lose, even last week with the Chiefs, I was like, I don't think the Chiefs got it. I don't think the Bills got it this week. I went with the Eagles. My fourth game of the week, also. So. But it's also a game of the week, so I can see the Bills winning. They've been struggling a little bit here and there. They're trying to find consistency. This will mean a lot for the Bills if they did win this game against the Eagles because it puts them back in the playoff talk. But I just don't see it happening.
Yeah, I feel like the Eagles don't need this game to make the playoffs, but that don't mean they ain't gonna come out and play their shit, their hearts out. They've been dangerous. Jalen Hurts gave all kind of fits last week. One thing I did recognize, their passing game wasn't up to par. Like for real, like it was tough to get some passing touchdowns out. But
he hurt too. Jalen Hurts is hurt.
Yeah, all that running he had to do last week. Yeah, he played running last week. Got 20 touchdowns last week. Yeah, if he can make some passing plays and not have to carry the load, they'll be fine. I think they still gonna be fine. It's another tough one to call. This could be my game, my fifth game of the week or whatever it is, fifth or fourth game of the week for sure.
Yeah, it's a last game.
It's gonna be a good game for sure. I would have to say the Eagles, but I wouldn't be surprised if Buffalo take the win. Like I said, it's not must win for the Eagles. So,
all right. My last game of the week, is the Chiefs 7-3 versus the Raiders 5-6. The Raiders could make a statement. They're at home. They do beat the Chiefs. It puts them back in the top. We can make it to the playoffs. Morale boost. But I think the Chiefs, just coming off that loss against the Eagles, they gonna take that win. I think the Chiefs might be able to. The Raiders are trying so hard to turn around their season after firing their coaching staff, 2 people off their coaching staff. So I don't know, but I do like the interim coach that's there. He's doing his thing, but I just feel like it's hard to prepare for about 6 or 7 teams. Is like really hard. You hate to see them this year, and the Chiefs is one of those teams that you hate to play against. Like, damn, we playing them. Fuck, you know what I mean? So I think it's gonna be one of those moments. They're gonna be overwhelmed, and the Chiefs are gonna have blood in the water after losing to the Eagles. So they gotta. It's like when a good team take a loss, they automatically got to prove themselves the next week. Everyone's already against them. At least like 75% of regular fans are like, oh no, now they ain't shit. They lost again. So I just feel like they're gonna come back and get another dub underneath their belt.
Like I said, I was able to watch that Chiefs versus Eagles game. And it was a good game. I feel like it was close. I feel like the Eagles
Low scoring.
Yeah, very low scoring. I feel like the Eagles was able to point out some weaknesses from the Chiefs, and the Chiefs was able to do the same thing, vice versa. Both defenses was crazy. Out this Oakland not gonna be able to handle for me Kansas City's defense. Mahomes gonna come out swinging off the gate. I think he'll be able to do a lot more than he was able to do last week. And not take nothing away from the Raiders, but this might not be the one for you. I'm a Kansas City, but it's one of them situations where if Oakland win, I wouldn't be surprised. But it's gonna be
that's also my last game of the week.
end. Right, it's gonna have to be on the back end of Mahomes having a bad game or some shit like that, or the receivers having a bad game, shit like that. But it's definitely gonna be a defensive game. I think gonna determine it. Beautiful AFC game, gonna be crazy. But I say Mahomes Saturday I fucking die. Even though he let me down last week, I don't think I voted for them last week anyway.
No, you went with the Eagles.
Yeah.
So he didn't let you down. He did what you thought he was gonna do. Fucking lose. But I will say, another thing that I leaned on is whenever the receivers of the Chiefs have a bad game and dropping the passes and stuff, they come back the next week strong. So hopefully that's the same narrative in this game. But I can't see how the Raiders could win it. Being at home, that don't really mean much in this game, but maybe some morale there, knowing that they can actually turn around their season and still make a playoff. Like if they lose this game, the playoffs looking real dim for them. That light's damn near turned off. Not fully turned off. It ain't one of them switches. It's a dimmer. And if they lose, it's going down. It's going to get a little bit darker in the black hole they call Oakland. But if they win, they'll be able to ride high and probably get the morale to make that push. That's how I feel about the Saints and Falcons game. Whoever win that game, they're going to be a high morale of thinking about the playoffs and trying to push because they know they got to face each other again. So, but yeah, I don't see the Raiders winning that. But who you got, Lyric? We all know he hate the Cowboys and he hate the Chiefs and he hate the Steelers. So
Ravens versus the Chiefs game?
No, it's Raiders.
Oh, Raiders versus Chiefs.
Now, you know damn well, first off, let me point out the 3 things that you was definitely wrong on. We not 5-6. Second, I would never pick the Chiefs over the Ravens, ever. And third, come on, Willis. Shit, what the fuck? I said, we supposed to be family? No. But I ain't gonna hold you to it because Raiders, Ravens, you getting your food right now, so you probably just you need to eat a Snickers, man. You're not yourself when you're hungry. You know what I'm saying? That's all I gotta say. But yeah, the Chiefs are 7-3. The Raiders are 5-6. It's my last game of the week. Raiders are at home.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go for the Raiders, man. You know what I mean? I'm not a homie guy. I don't homie guy.
See, he let his heart take over some of these picks every week. There's always a couple games where you like Lyric. Now you just shooting with hate. It's every week with the Cowboys. You always hating on the Cowboys no matter what. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of games
like that.
Not America's team.
It ain't America's team, but I'm a realistic person. Not a lot of teams that really. All right, but the next game, the one that Lyric was trying to rush us into, the Ravens, who are 8-3 versus the Chargers, 4-6. Chargers at home. I gotta go with the Ravens. Not even being biased because the Chargers, they not at the beginning of the year, just like the last 5-6 years, they always get talked about it. They gonna do something. They gonna do something, and sometimes they did. Some years they did. Playoffs, not as much, but now they're not looking like that team for me. That's why I also didn't give it a game of the week because I just feel like the Ravens should hold this one down. They should get this win. But there is chances that there's upsets. But
let me say this. I don't know what's been going on with the Ravens for the last 3 weeks. And my whole motto for the Ravens the last 3 weeks was too pissed in their Kool-Aid. Because I don't know what the hell. Like, it's some shit that's been going on. And it's been some special shit with Lamar Jackson that's been going on with the Raiders. I mean, with the Ravens, sorry. That's disrespectful. Must put the Raiders and the Ravens in that category. But, you know what I'm saying? I feel like they're going to keep that momentum going into this one. I'm thinking they figuring shit out. They done figured shit out over there in Baltimore. Yeah, they're a threat against anybody that they going against in these last 7. It's going to be hard to count them out in a lot of those games. But this one right here, I'm fairly certain that the Ravens going to win this game against the Chargers.
There.
Yeah, the Ravens.
All right. We all chose the Ravens. We the number 1 team in the AFC, so I hope we got a bye week next week. So we're not playing next week. So this is just going to the bye week with the morale of, you know what I mean, being at the top of the division. And I saw the top of the AFC, the conference. But the last game on the schedule is the Bears are 3-8 versus the Vikings 6-5, and the Vikings are at home. I've been liking Josh Dobbs and Cam Akers. I don't think their playoffs are in jeopardy yet, but this one I'm gonna go with the Vikings. The Bears, Justin Fields need to figure it out. What's going on over there? I don't know. But there's a lot of these games are starting to get into. Everyone's beat up. You know what I mean? Everyone's going through the lengthy schedule, and there's these games that are going to be some upsets. People not supposed to win and they win. But I don't think this is one of those games. I really feel like if the Vikings want to have their hopes at keeping playoffs alive, especially how tight it is in the NFC and the AFC, in certain aspects. The AFC, there's an opening now because of the Browns injury, so there's an opening for someone else to get in. NFC, there's an opening with a couple teams having the same record. So I just feel like it's pressure football is starting to kick in, especially this week. More likely in the next 2 weeks, after everyone gets their bye week next week, that's when football is going to get scary. What we talking about? If they lose this game, then they're not in the playoffs, and if they got to have this team lose, and this team got to beat this team for this team to get into the playoffs. Like that's where it's going to get interesting, and it's about to happen in the next few weeks. But yeah, I went with the Vikings. But like I said, the Bears are 3-8, so the Vikings are 6-5, and the Vikings are at home. And I just went with the more consistent team. And they at home, and they got a better team.
My guy Jefferson out out. He injured. I don't know if he's gonna be back playing. I don't know how long his injury time is. But Minnesota,
he on injury reserve. That means he ain't coming back to the end of the season. I lost him in fantasy. I was mad in the mother.
Yeah, but they looked pretty good last week. I think they'll pull it out at home and continue to salvage this season. So yeah, I'm gonna say Minnesota in this.
Yeah, Minnesota. Bro, who you got? Bears, Vikings. Upset or you agree?
I agree.
Hell yeah.
I'm curious. I wanna know what's on your mind. He said he agree.
All right, well, I like my new slogan for when we switch over. This is the time we put the NFL down. We turning off the football. We're gonna get into the basketball. I'll save the topic of the Clippers till after we make our picks and everything. Just let me know if you jump out, Lyric, because you can join in as a guest, or if you about to eat and everything, then hey, we get it.
About to jump out.
Well, you know,
do your thing,
me and my boys battle it out anyway.
All right.
The better. All right. Y'all know it's basketball. Y'all know I'll be hyped for basketball just like I'll be hyped for football. Last week the scores ended at, I believe, 24-23. This week the scores are Chief got 35. I got 37. It's still fucking close. Let's break it down. All right, let's break it the hell down. Where them games at? All right. First game was. I don't think that's it. Damn, I don't know what I did with it. Let me see. Anyhow, I'm gonna just get the scores, right? Because I don't know where the hell I put the games at. But the first game was we both picked the Wizards to win. The Wizards lost. It's from Friday night. Second game, we both picked the Bucks to win. The Bucks won. Next game was Chiefs game of the night, and we both picked the Spurs to win, but the Spurs lost. The next game was the 76ers versus the Hawks. How I know that? Because we picked two different teams. Chief picked the 76ers. I picked the Hawks. The 76ers won. Next game was the Celtics. We both picked the Celtics. The Celtics won. The next game was we picked the Nuggets. The Nuggets won. Next game we picked the Bulls. The Bulls lost. Next game the Lakers. The Lakers won. The game after that we both had different teams. He picked the Suns versus the Jazz. I picked the Jazz. The Jazz lost. The Suns won. In the last game, we both picked two different teams. He picked the Rockets. I picked the Clippers. The Clippers won and the Rockets lost. That gave him 6 points. That gave me 4. So that put him at 29. That put me at 28. He was in the lead at that point. All right. Saturday, because I had this shit somewhere. I don't remember. But Saturday, let me see. Give me a second, y'all. I'm Trying to see if I can find these games for y'all, but I don't. Then fuck it. I don't know where I put it at, but Saturday might be the other people. But hold on, give me a second. All right, I'm back. Fucking we going off. Saturday, Saturday. First game was the Hornets versus the Knicks. I know that because we picked two different teams. He picked the Hornets. I picked the Knicks. The Knicks won. Second game, we both picked the Pelicans. The Pelicans lost. The third game was both our game of the nights. We both picked the Bucks to win that game, and the Bucks won. Okay, we both picked the Spurs in the next game, and the Spurs lost. The game after that was the Heat versus the Bulls. He picked the Heat. I picked the Bulls. The Bulls won. In the last game, he picked the Thunder. It was the Thunder versus the Warriors. And he picked the Thunder. I picked the Warriors. The Thunder won. So we both ended out with 3 wins on that day, which gave Chifa 42 and gave me
41.
41. Yeah, I would be a number short, I believe. 41, right? Then we no, I got that wrong. Wait, 6, 29, 29 and 3. It's 32. I'm sorry, 32 and 31. If that makes sense, yeah. 32 and 31.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Something like that. Right. So because he had 19, I would have gave him 32. Yeah, I put the number wrong at the top. Yeah. 32 and 24, and I had to wait. 24 and 4 is 28. So yeah, 28 and he had 29. So I had 28. And then plus the 3 was 41. So 31. 31 and 32. We got it to Sunday. We both picked the 76ers. They won. We both picked the Pistons. They lost. Next game was the Magic versus the Pacers. Chief picked the Magic. I picked the Pacers. The Magic won. Next game was the Nuggets versus the Cavaliers, which was our game of the night for Sunday. Chief picked the Nuggets. I picked the Cavaliers. The Cavaliers won. Next game was Dallas. We both picked Dallas, and Dallas lost. And the next game, we both picked the Suns. The Suns won. We both picked the Celtics. The Celtics won. We both picked the Thunder. The Thunder won. And we both picked the Lakers. The Lakers won. So we both ended off at 6 points in that game. So that gave Chifa 38. And that gave me what I have 31. They gave me 37. So actually, Chifa is up by a point. I got that wrong. So Chifa got 38. I got 37. Yeah, dope ass game. Let me see. Make sure I got that right. Yeah. That's what it was. So yeah, Chifa is up by a point. 1 point, right? Now, that show you how unpredictable basketball is. Now let's get into the games for this next up and coming week. Let me find me a clear piece of paper, y'all. All right. Let's see. Let's go with Friday first. Make sure I write so I know. All right. All right, you ready? Let's do it. First game for Friday is the Celtics versus the Magic. Who you got?
Boston. Even though I
Boston.
do like the Magic at home too, but I'm gonna go with the Celtics.
I can agree on that one. Suns versus Grizzlies.
I'm gonna go with the Suns.
Okay. Grizzlies did get them a win this week, but still they're not gonna have a chance against the Suns. Sorry. And the Suns the Grizzlies Heat versus the Knicks.
I'm gonna go Miami.
Uh-oh. I I went with the Knicks last week and they didn't let me down. But I think they got a harder fight this week with the Heat. So it's a tough one to call. But I'm going to say the Heat. Next game, Bulls versus the Raptors.
I'm gonna go with Chicago.
I'm gonna say the Bulls too. Actually, I got a question about the Bulls later on. We'll get into it. Knicks versus the Timberwolves.
Wait, you're getting into Saturday games now.
I mean, I'm sorry. I said the wrong name. Kings versus the Timberwolves.
I'm gonna go with Sacramento.
Okay, I can agree. Timberwolves ain't been that good this year, like as far as standout teams. Nuggets versus the Rockets.
I'm gonna go with Denver again.
You know, Denver been having some upsets that's been surprising, very surprising. But I think they got enough to deal with the Rockets. So I'm gonna say the Nuggets too. Um, the Wizards versus the Bucks.
I'm gonna go with the Bucks.
I'm gonna also go with the Bucks. I do have a question about the Wizards too. We'll get to that later. Pistons versus the Pacers.
Detroit. I'm gonna go with Detroit.
I'm gonna go with the Pacers because I still got faith in them, and hopefully they can do some things this week. Pelicans versus the Clippers. Ooh wee! This might be my game of the night, y'all. Ooh wee!
I'm gonna go with the Clippers.
Mm. You know, I'm gonna go with my Pelicans, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Clippers, when they've been riding on a high as of late, and we're gonna talk about why that is later. So I won't say too much, but I'm going with the Pelicans. Just because they're my home team, I gotta ride. Saturday. Well, who was your game of the night for that? For Friday?
Uh, Miami and New York. The Heat and the Knicks probably my game of the night.
Okay.
I think it's
And
gonna be a close.
mine was the Pelicans and the Clippers. Okay. We go into Saturday now. You know they still in the in tournament, so that's why we only doing Friday, Saturday, and Saturday. You know they play too damn much to do the whole week. 76ers versus the Thunder.
I like Philadelphia this year. I'm gonna go with a more defensive minded 76ers.
Oh shit. Okay.
They got the curse of James Harden out the way.
I like Max. I like what the 76ers are doing this year. So I would
I
have
like
to
Pat
agree.
Beverly there too, defense. So
Heats versus the Nets.
I'm gonna go with Miami.
I went with Miami too. I like the Nets. I like what Ben Simmons doing over there, and Dinwiddie and all those guys over there, but he's got the better team. Versus the Wizards.
I'm gonna go with the Hawks.
Okay, we went for different teams in this one. I went for the Wizards because they're at home, and I want to see if they could play a little bit better at home. Even though Jordan Poole been ass. Lakers versus the Cavaliers.
I'm gonna go with the Lakers.
I was already writing mine down. Shit, Lakers for sure. Cavs gonna do their thing, but they ain't fucking LeBron on the tip. Oh well. But Pelicans versus Jazz.
I'm gonna go with the Pelicans.
Okay, we both went with the Pelicans. I had to rock with the home team, so he picked the Pelicans, but not to count the Jazz out. They playing at home. They got a few weapons over there. Mavericks versus the Clippers.
I'm gonna go
This
with
is the
Dallas.
last game.
I'm gonna go with Dallas.
I'm gonna go with Clippers at home. Oh shit. I'm gonna have to go with. I'm gonna be devil's advocate and go with the Clippers just to make it interesting. But that's gonna be definitely my game of the night. Dallas versus the Clippers.
Yeah, that's it's not my game of the night, but I want to speak on that real quick. I just feel like that when they know they have to get points, they don't know who to give the ball to. That's why Russ probably gonna end up coming off the bench for the Clippers. So I think that's just gonna rattle them a little too much. But my game of the night for Saturday would be the Lakers and the Cavaliers. Every time
That was a
LeBron
good second.
get to face his other team, you know what I mean? It's always a good
That's
show.
gonna be a good one. Yeah, I thought that'd be a definitely in the running too, because he get to play at home in Cleveland. But he gonna cut the hell up. Sure. Sunday, Trailblazers versus the Bucks. Dame Lillard get to go home.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Bucks.
I agree. I feel like Dame Lillard probably gonna have the best game of his season so far, right there, because he gonna cut up. He gonna cut up. He gonna make him regret getting rid of. But he wanted to leave, so technically they ain't get rid of. Hawks versus the Celtics. Ooh wee.
I'm gonna go with Boston.
I'm gonna make this one interesting. I'm gonna go with the Hawks just off of interesting value, make it a little competitive. But Boston been that team all year, so I wouldn't be surprised. And they playing at home. Suns versus the Knicks.
I was gonna say Knicks, but I'm gonna go with the Suns just because I don't know. Knicks nice though. I can see them still winning that game, but I'm gonna go with Phoenix.
I was about to go with the Knicks myself in my head, but I had already wrote down the paper the Suns. I was thinking the same thing because they was playing at home. But Kevin Durant and them Suns, they could pull it together. They could punch on the Knicks real bad. Hornets versus the Magic.
I'm gonna go with the Magic.
I'm gonna go with the Hornets.
Pablo.
Did you not see how LaMelo the fuck out of Drew Holiday? Yay! And threw up the floater. Yay! God damn. That shit was crazy.
Yeah, but that game, I think Pablo can keep up with LaMelo in scoring, and then it's going to rely on the pieces around the stars. So I think I would go with the Magic.
Yeah,
I like LaMelo. I believe in LaMelo. He dope, but some of the pieces he got around him when you're going up against other teams.
True. Timberwolves versus the Grizzlies.
Ew. I'll go with the Timberwolves.
He went Tim. I went Grizzlies because I just want to see the Grizzlies get another win. They've been able to catch a few here and there. I think this is probably one of the games where they can probably, if they play good enough, pull out a win. Bulls versus Nets.
I'm gonna go with Chicago.
Okay, it's a tough call for me, but I'm gonna say the Bulls 'cause I think they got the better team. But this gonna be a real good game. Two young squads getting it in. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna say the Bulls, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Nets win at home. That's Jay Z team, you dig? Um, Raptors versus the Cavaliers.
I'm gonna go with Cleveland.
Cleveland. Hmm. This is a tough one, another tough one to call because they got a few pieces over there in Toronto, but they still got a lot of work to do. They ain't been right since Kawhi left them out there. And what's his name? The young fella. I can't think his
Damn.
name right now. The point guard that was there for a long time. Then he left after Kawhi. Little Bush and
DeRozan?
shit. Yeah, no.
Oh, I don't know.
Uh, I can't think his name at the moment. But I'm gonna say Cleveland. The last game, the Spurs and the Nuggets. Mm,
I'm gonna go with Denver. Just got
mm.
more pieces other than Victor. So
Yeah, I went with the Nuggets, but I do feel like um Jokic ain't gonna be able to be as dominant as he can with Webiana under the paint, but he got a speed advantage in between the two. So it's interesting to see how that matchup gonna be. That was close to being one of my games of the week because I want to see the two big men go at it. And actually, I'm
that's
gonna
my
make that
game of
my
the
game
night.
of the week. Yeah, that's my
But
game
I
of the
feel
night.
like
Yeah.
Victor gonna get exposed against Joker now because they're two different style players. Joker hits the three better. He's faster, but also he's a very technical player. He reminds me like Joker reminds me of Tim Duncan more than Victor does because he's fundamental. He's very fundamentally sound, but Victor is more like a risk taker and athleticism type thing. And he ain't gonna be able to do that shit with Joker. He ain't gonna be able to do that. They might cancel each other out, but then Denver's got Jamal Murray, so you really can't. You
Mm,
know what I mean? There's nobody else that can hold up to Jamal Murray off of
right,
the Spurs. So I feel like he gets exposed, and if he
right,
don't get
right. I got
exposed, they'll cancel each other out.
yeah,
But
absolutely.
he ain't about to do nothing with Joker though. Oh, Joker.
Yeah,
Nope.
yeah. He be yeah. They need to bring y'all me back for Jokic. But one of my questions was you brought up a good point. You had said something about Westbrook coming off the bench. Um, he approached the coach to come off the bench when the Clippers went down 0-5. They put him off the bench. They done won two in a row since he done come off the bench. Do you think that's a good thing for the Clippers? Uh,
Yeah, I said that,
and
but when the trade happened,
yeah,
somebody got to come
yeah,
off the bench.
yeah,
Russ already
absolutely.
learned that with the Lakers that he got success doing that. And we all know James Harden wasn't going to come off the bench, and this Kawhi and Paul George's team. So I think Russ just took it in the initiative to be like, let me run the bench. Let me be
Absolutely.
that surge off the bench, which is kind of ironic
Oh,
because James Harden started with Thunder coming off the bench and being the surge, and now that they done met back up, Russ coming off the bench to be the surge for James Harden. So
yeah, it's gonna be interesting. All right, I got two trade rumors. That's why I said I had news on both, and I'm interested in your take on both of these trade rumors. The first one is a lot of people saying and word around town is that the Bulls may be trading Zach Levine. Do you think that's gonna happen? Because he did something the other night where when the game ended, he walked off the court and wouldn't stop to talk to the reporter. And the owner didn't like that. So do you think his time up in Chicago?
If they're going for picks, uh, yeah, but I don't see them getting a player that's other teams are willing to give up. I think the most hot take that could actually happen is two teams switching their problems, which would be the only player I could see them getting would be, and I hate to say it, but John Morant for Zach LaVine and some other player. I can see that happening. Just to have the Grizzlies getting back into playing, and then the Bulls can wait on him to come back. But other than that, I don't really see nowhere he could go where you're actually gonna get a player back. So they might be more forced to just grab some picks and just rebuild if they got that chance, because I don't think the Bulls would be good without him too much.
Yeah. Before I get into the next trade rumor, let's talk about Draymond Green 5 game suspension for choking out Rudy Gobert. Was that sufficient, or should he have been suspended more?
I called that last week as well. I said it was going to be a week suspension, which is basically about 3, 4, or a week or 14 days. That's what I said. I think he would get, at the most, they couldn't give him more than a 30-day. I kind of called that on the head a little bit. I think it's fair. So, I mean, I don't know about suspending Rudy Gobert. I don't really see where he is warranted his suspension, but
they still pissed off at him for giving everybody COVID. They still pissed off at him for giving everybody COVID.
That's more debatable than Draymond Green, because what he got in someone's face like everybody else did. I mean, I think he shoved. That's about it. Everybody was shoving. So if you're gonna suspend Rudy Gobert, he already got the embarrassment of getting choked out, so becoming a meme. So I don't really see where the question should be more: did Rudy Gobert deserve his suspension? But I think Draymond Green got it right. He willing, like, the Warriors need him, but they can do without him. He's just an enforcer, so I don't see nothing wrong. Like we talked about last week, I don't see nothing wrong with what he did. He's an enforcer. He's the muscle around there. He's always been that. He's there to bring the attitude. Everyone else is so calm. He's the guy to get everyone fired up and talk shit and jump in somebody's face. So I expect that from him. The suspension, I think it's good. Nothing wrong with it. At least they didn't go crazy, because Adam Silver do like to go crazy some damn times with those suspensions.
Yeah,
what I'm looking for is the fine. And I think Rudy Gobert got fined, if I'm not mistaken. But the fine, what's the fine that he gonna get? Is where we gonna lie into that question? Because there's a fine coming. I don't know if they already announced it.
I don't think it'll be that much. It's probably be like 25,000, something like that. Some light pocket change.
This ain't his first offense. He about to get at least a 50K, 75K, somewhere in there.
But he's not the aggressor in the situation, so I don't think so. I think it'd be between 25 and 30. He's not really the aggressor in the situation, but I can see him.
He choked the man out. He's the aggressor.
Well, Draymond the aggressor, yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying. I think Draymond gonna get a 50 to 75K, somewhere in there.
Okay.
On top of his game checks. I think Rudy Gobert got a 10,000 or 25,000, somewhere in there. So I think you're right on that. Yeah. I think that's I saw it earlier, but I didn't.
Yeah. And the other question I had, the other trade rumor that I had, and this probably not going to be a surprise to nobody, but it's dealing with the Wizards. And unfortunately, we talking about Jordan Poole again. They say the Wizards going to get rid of him this year. It's in the rumor reports. Do you think that's going to happen, or do you think they're going to give him another year to get it together?
First, Rudy Gobert got fined $25,000. So if you were talking about Rudy Gobert, you was on the nose with that. But I think he's gonna get traded. Jordan Poole gonna get traded somewhere else. Because when you got the young guys all together, you don't want your young guys to feed off of that energy or starting to feel like, well, if he can feel that way and I play better than him, then I should. You know what I mean? So it could cause a lot of problems. So I feel like, yeah, he's gonna get moved. He's gonna get mixed up with somebody on the lower end teams.
I think
teams.
I think he should go to the Clippers. I mean, not the Clippers. I think he should go to the Grizzlies. They need
I'm about to say that. I can see him going to the Grizzlies as well. But I don't think the Bulls and the Wizards would make that kind of trade, unless there's more players involved on the pick side. I don't think that's gonna happen. So
right.
I don't know. I can see going to like New York Knicks. I can see him going to like the Kings. You know what I mean? Jazz. I definitely think he can fit in with the Jazz. So somewhere like there.
Okay.
If they're looking for talent, I don't think they would trade John Morant for him. So it would have to go off of picks for the Grizzlies. But if you're looking at getting just more pieces, yeah, I could see him going somewhere like that.
Even Brooklyn, they use the extra piece.
Yeah, they could use them. Yeah.
But yeah, man, that's all the questions I had. This basketball wise. If you got any questions, man, it's gonna be a good close in this basketball, close in the football. So the picks been on the money this year. I can't wait.
101 apiece.
Yeah.
You. So it's gonna get interesting here in the last stretch of things. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy with sports this year.
Oh yeah. It's gonna be interesting, man. It's gonna be interesting, man. For sure. If you was tuning in, this was we spotlight sports, man. We keep the sports in the spotlight.
Oh yeah, we'll see y'all next week. Even though my Ravens ain't playing, I'll still be here.
Oh, I got one more question. It just popped up in my head. I gotta know your answer to this. I know everybody answer, but I see this on Facebook, so I have to say something about it. This probably gonna make you laugh. But Dwight Howard asked, would you take 500K or dinner with him? Which are you choose?
I'm taking the 500 stacks. I don't even want to be near him.
He try to get some niggas to come. Ain't nobody playing that game with you. No.
I want the 500 large.
Ain't nobody about to be hanging with you, Jigaboo.
And look. So another thing, this is something that no one else said. I don't even want it as a gift. I'll pay the taxes on it too. I don't want no gift from you. Nope. I don't want you investing in what I got going on. I'll take the 500K. I'll give half of it straight to the government.
Thanks. No, we good. You just like Diddy. If they ask me, do I want to take 500K or have dinner with Diddy, I'm gonna say 500K. Fuck that.
Shit,
what kind of strange shit y'all got going on?
I'm taking the money.
No kind of strange shit y'all be doing. Strange shit for a little piece of change. Not around me. I have one more final question. This dealing with women's college basketball. I don't know how much you're into it, but there's a big situation in LSU going on right now, and I know a lot of people talking about it. So kind of get check. I don't know how interested in it you are, but Angel Reese, she was the face of LSU, the title win last year. She been out for the last 2 games. there's a lot of speculation. One speculation is her grades was low. Another speculation is she may be pregnant. There's a lot going on. I know that the mamas of her and Flau'jae Johnson. Flau'jae Johnson, if y'all don't know her, she used to be on Jermaine Dupri's show. Where he had a show where he was had the kids for competing for a contract. And now she plays for LSU as a rookie. What you make of this situation, and in your opinion, what do you think may be the reason that she's out? Is it attitude? Is it grades low? Is it pregnant? Maybe.
Um, I kind of can't speak on that. I'll tell you why. Because this is what the media do. It could be something that we all. It could be a family thing. It could be. But a lot of people always want to see the negative reason because we're so used to athletes having something bad happen to derail their career or a blemish, especially in college. It just seems to happen in college. It happens on the main stage in professional sports, as far as you know, what I mean, leagues and stuff. But college, it's just hard to say. It could be grades. I mean, she also could be pregnant, but then that's probably throwing shade a little bit. It's no big thing happening where you know what I mean she done hit somebody with a car or she done fucking rob somebody.
Nah, I know that the game before 3 games over, she got benched in the second half for the whole second half, and then she was out these last 2 games. LSU won both of them with her out, but that was just a hot topic that was around. I'm not going to speak on it either because I don't like to speak on people's personal life. I don't know what the situation is. Like I said, hopefully she come back and go hard, and she gonna transfer to another school because she feels some type of way. I know the mothers of the 2 young ladies have been getting into it publicly on social media. Maybe that's a reason. I don't know. Um, but we sure to find out soon. Kim McCauley, she been throwing little things out there here and there, but she ain't saying too much about it. Kim McKay, that's the coach of LSU. Like 3 or 4 time uh, women's NCAA championship coach. Very established. Yeah, so I'm not gonna say too much about it because I don't really know, and I don't want to put rumors out there like a lot of people are. I just was interested on your take. Now, with that being said, like I said, this is Spotlight Sports where we put the sports in the spotlight.
Add a little extra on the time.
Yeah. Peace and blessings to y'all, and we'll see y'all next week.
Oh yeah.